Okay, Janie, we're live. And welcome everybody watching out there. My name is Sunny, I'm from Make Soil. This is Make Soil Stories. And what we're doing here is featuring real stories of amazing individuals who are out there in the Make Soil movement, whether they're soil makers or soil supporters or local activators, like in this case, to show what they're doing in the hope that others can learn from it, be inspired, and replicate it around their region. So in case you needed a reminder about what Make Soil is a non-profit online platform that is mobilizing humanity to reharmonize the way that we live with the way nature is. The way we're doing that is by using the viral power of the internet to give everyone in the world the transformative experience of making soil together, which converts earth apathy into earth empathy. And it also happens to build community, capture carbon, reduce emissions, and enables millions of new local food gardens, which is especially why we're happy to welcome Janie onto the show today. So Janie, please, without further ado, let us know who you are, what you do, what Incredible Edible is, and what you've been doing with regards to Make Soil as a local activator in London.
Okay, long list. So hi, my name's Janie from Incredible Edible Lambeth, and Incredible Edible Lambeth, I'll call it IEL, is a community organisation, a network organisation of community gardeners, and we're very keen on local food, which is why Sunny's Make Soil campaign is so relevant to us, because we're encouraging community gardeners to keep their compost in their gardens, to enrich their gardens and make their soil so much better. So we have 100 group members and 300 individuals. The group members all represent a community garden or a food entrepreneur. So we're all about localizing food. Our logo is "If you eat, you're in," which really is very inclusive. And right now, more than ever, it's incredibly relevant that people are learning to grow food and build food resilience. It's really shown, this crisis has really shown that food resilience is an issue, especially in an urban area, which is Lambeth, a borough in the south of London.
Brilliant.
And yeah, shall I tell you about how we got engaged with Make Soil?
Yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Okay, so we recognised that we wanted to encourage all our community gardeners to compost more. Actually, many of them are composting already. This is a little diagram that shows the 5 gardens that we've engaged with so far. So they're all members of IEL, and we invited them to join the Make Soil movement. And rather nice little graphic here from Dennis, who supplied us with the pallets to make the compost bins. So he gets the pallets storage facility, his in-use reuse collection. This is him. And he then sells them to us at a very reduced rate. We get them delivered to the gardens, and then we employed a guy to build the compost bins, 2 bins in each garden. And there's a nice little video that I think we're going to show at some point.
We could even watch that video now.
Should we show that now?
Janie and people can check it out. So yeah, let's do that. I will get that loaded up here. Hopefully you can see that all right. And
great.
I think I might just need to make it like that. And here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. That's going to have chicken wire on it. Yeah. Fantastic. Love it. And then how many pallets have you used?
Well, that's in 6 pallets per box, yeah?
6 pallets per box, yeah.
And then we've got to get a couple of hinges, some of the hinges, box. galvanised so they don't rust. And quite a few screws
Yeah,
screwing together, but screws more robust than nails as well, so they'll last a while.
yeah,
And
that's
mesh,
good.
galvanised mesh,
Yes.
and
here we go.
stapling. We're looking at the most efficient way of fixing them. More robustly, but yeah,
Brilliant.
good at the design.
So I don't know, the sound wasn't very good for me there, but anyway, that was Bill, who's built all of the bins, and we've lined them all with chicken wire to try and keep out the rats. Not sure that's been entirely effective, but anyway. And there've been some major issues along the way of getting good quality pallets, getting Bill to be there when he said he was going to be there, coordinating with the gardener. That you could see Jerome in the background. He was one of the community gardeners. This is another garden, Spurgeon Garden, which is a brand new site. Amazing development. They found this basically a complete wasteland on an estate, and they've totally turned it around, and they're very happy to get new compost bins. And that's Bill again on the right. So yeah, they take longer to build than we'd anticipated or budgeted for. So we did manage to get some funding from our local authority. Our waste collection, our kitchen waste collection is done by a company called Veolia, and they provided us with some funding. Probably not enough for what we were trying to do, and we need to really think about that, because I don't think we paid Bill enough. So there's always issues that you have to iron out. But I think for the next round, we hope to build another 15 to 20 compost bins around Lambeth. And yeah, we hope to pay Bill better, and this kind of thing. It's just knitting it all together is the tricky bit.
Yeah, well, I think what we could do, Janie, is to show people the sites you've activated on Mixsoil itself. And I think, from our perspective, you've done a fantastic job so far of stitching things together. And Mixsoil, and in fact, this broader movement of which Mixsoil is a part, really depends on people like yourself, local organisers and activators who are kind of coordinating these resources. So I will share the Mixsoil site, and we can check out London.
Okay. So Lambeth is south of the river, and we've got a population of 300,000. And there are hundreds of small patchwork gardens all over Lambeth. Ruskin Park, they are on the boundary of another borough and are in transition, but they've got a lot of bins. But Brockwell Park is an amazing community greenhouse. Gypsy Hill Secret Garden was the one I just showed you, with the three standing in front of the bins. And Gypsy Hill's right down in the south of the borough, and Carmelita was where we had the video. Yeah, there's Jerome in front of those two. So what are the issues? I would say one of the key issues is encouraging more people to come to the site. I think there's a lot of on the ground activism, people talking to each other. Veolia, the sponsor, wanted us to put notices up, and we were in the process of doing that actually just before lockdown. So we were encouraging communities to signpost them to these bins and provide them with the timings when they can deliver. I don't think people are sufficiently using this platform to engage with the whole concept of making soil. That's something we need to kind of promote more and work on. And I think it'll always be a mixture, because a lot of community gardeners are not big internet users. They're older people, and they just wouldn't think of coming to this platform, but they're very keen on using the kitchen waste. So we just build it slowly. It's a slow process.
Absolutely. And I think really, I think you've done a fantastic job. Just the basic elements of activating soil sites, finding soil makers who are going to be responsible for the soil site, finding a bunch of old pallets, finding someone who could knock them together into a bin which looks quite impressive, getting local government funding to actually support that. And then once those are in place, you can use Make Soil and other tools to slowly but surely engage more residents and get some of the young people who are on the internet, for example, working with those older community gardeners, just to get more engagement around it. And I think you've taken so many of those steps already that it's a great example to people out there watching.
Yeah, well, it's exciting. And I think as soon as people realise that their kitchen waste is being trucked out of the city to a site where it's processed, you just think, well, this is bonkers. It's more travel, more transport. Let's keep it in the city. Let's enrich our gardens so we can grow more food and become more food resilient. I think it's about understanding that we've got to enrich our soil. Many of these gardens are on quite degraded land, and this is a really good way of improving their soil.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing that story. Jenny, I hope we've covered all the main points. Are there any things we've missed perhaps? Or
no, but if you live in Lambeth and you like growing food, join us. That would be my main message.
Perfect. And thank you. And just a reminder for those watching that if you'd like to engage more with Make Soil and generally be part of this movement, please share this video post on your own personal page and any groups you belong to. And do check out makesoil.org and find a soil site near you to join or start one. And if you're able to donate, please do. If you're able to volunteer, especially, that would be very welcome. Make Soil is now a global volunteer movement. From developers to designers to local activators to even soil makers. So it's building momentum, and we'll be happy to have your participation. And thanks again to Janie for joining us from incredible Edible Lambeth. We look forward to seeing how the journey continues with all the soil sites you're getting going.
Okay, thanks, Sonny. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.